we'll discuss about the unbend features. So here we'll see how the reference automatically selected and reference manually also you can select, and different surface and edges, how to keep it fixed and approach the unbending with respect to that all you will see. So this is the conditions, and after unbend you see this as the output, and when you perform certain operations like cut out and then you again bend back it. So this combined scenario we'll study and we'll understand the options. This is the very important operation which you can see. So after doing these operations you can bend back and you can get this. So I'll show both these operations in brief. Then we'll move to the conversions method. So we'll go to the Creo and we'll open our reference model for doing this. This is the model. So when you have this model and you go to bend back, so whatever the flat surface you have, that you can bend back. So for bend back operations you have to go for first the unbend operation, then only you can use the bend back. So let us go to unbend first, and when you go to unbend you have the unbend, and you can see this is the scenario, and typically you can select the reference, whatever the reference plane you need to keep it fixed, that you can select, and deformations also you can select the deformations area, and distinct areas you can define, deformations control you can do, the typical ripping areas and all, and in case of option create the relief geometry also you can select. So let us say this is the output which I will accept it. After doing this I will do the operations over this. So I will go to extrude, placement define, and I will select this surface, I will align this, and typically I am looking for operation over this. So I will go for the corner rectangle, I will drill a cut here, and I will go to circle and I will create a circular feature. Then I will go to delete segment, and this segment I will be deleting, and this is the shape which I am looking for. I will cut out this, and after cutting this I will back to my shape again. So here you can go to the bend back and you will be done with your features, and you can control the bend if typically you need to have, otherwise by default it will operate. And now you will be with your final object. And now when you go for unbend to a typical area, I don't need for unbending all the areas. Here you can see the reference selections manually. When you select the reference manually, that all options will be removed and only that options will be selected, and here you can do the operations and then you can go to bend back. Let us say I will go for a punch here, go to palette, and you can have a typical profile here. I will decrease the size and I will close it. Go for OK, and this is cut. Now I can go to the bend back and go for OK. In this way you can go for the bend back. And when you go for unbend, and typically you need bend back of particular portion, then you can go to bend back and go to manual selection, and this typical radius I don't need, this I don't need. So that all you can include or exclude from your selections. So how to do that, I will show you. So I will go to the bend back, and here you can see the reference, this planar face fixed is selected, and when you go to this typical selection manually selected, here you can see all the unbent surface. This I don't want to include, this I don't want to include, only I need to see this, then I can accept it and only that portions will be done. And again I can go to bend back, and here I can select a typical surface which I am looking for, and which I can include and which I can exclude, that I can select, and I can go for this operation. So this is very important, and when you select this unbend and bend back simultaneously, this you can use for your purpose. You can see here flatten preview also. You can see the flatten preview, and where you can directly see your preview for geometry. You can directly see the dimensions. Here you can also see the create instance if you need, and directly this will be your overlapping geometry, anything if displayed. And here you can see the flattened form. This is the flattened form that directly you can see out of this. So this is the new additions to your Creo. In earlier Wildfire 5 and other versions, you don't have these options, and typically they have enhanced the bend options, flat patterns. Directly when you go to flat patterns, here also you will get couple of advanced enhancement. Next, we will be discussing in our coming session about the conversion process which we use in sheet metal. Thank you.